There are places in this world that defy explanation. Structures that stand tall, not just as relics of the past, but as puzzles that time refuses to solve. One such enigma rises from the sands of Egypt, an ancient monument shrouded in mystery, legend, and an eerie silence that has lasted for millennia. The Sphinx of Egypt. It's often called the eighth wonder of the world, but the truth about this colossal figure might be far more unsettling. For centuries, researchers have studied the Sphinx, probing its secrets. Yet the deeper they dig, the more questions arise. Questions no one has been able to answer. But why? What is the Sphinx hiding? Some say the Sphinx was not built by the ancient Egyptians, but by a civilization lost to time. A civilization that may have possessed knowledge and technology far beyond anything we can imagine. If true, the implications could change everything we know about our past and our future. So watch this video till end to discover all history behind it. This is Unfolded Secrets. Hit that subscribe button and let's uncover the truth together. The Egyptian desert is a vast, silent expanse where the line between reality and myth blurs. Beneath the blazing sun, winds sweep over an ancient monument, hiding secrets that have puzzled humankind for millennia. This is the Sphinx of Egypt, one of the greatest enigmas of our world. It stands, weathered by time, gazing eternally toward the horizon, as if guarding something long forgotten. Some call it the eighth wonder of the world, but the deeper you delve into its history, the more you realize that the Sphinx is more than a monument. It is a key to understanding the mysteries of our past. What if the Sphinx isn't just a symbol of Egypt's grandeur? What if its true purpose has been lost to time, buried under layers of sand and secrecy? The Sphinx is a massive structure, 239 feet long and 65 feet tall, carved from a single block of limestone. It is a testament to human ingenuity, or perhaps to something beyond human comprehension. For centuries, scholars and adventurers have sought to unlock its secrets, but even after all the research, it remains as mysterious as ever. Historians claim that it was built around 2500 BC during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, but the evidence is murky, and many experts aren't so sure. There are whispers of an even older origin, one that could change everything we think we know about ancient civilizations. But before we dive into these controversial theories, let's go back to the late 18th century, when the Sphinx was still shrouded in mystery, quite literally. In 1798, the famous French general Napoleon Bonaparte led an expedition to Egypt. Along with his army, he brought a group of archaeologists and scholars, eager to uncover the treasures of this ancient land. When they arrived at the site of the Sphinx, they found not the majestic figure we see today, but a colossal head rising from the sands. The entire body of the Sphinx was buried beneath the desert. For Napoleon and his team, it was an eerie sight, a giant face peering out from the sand, as if trying to warn them of something hidden just beneath the surface. Why was the Sphinx buried? What was the desert trying to hide? Decades passed before anyone would undertake the colossal task of freeing the Sphinx from its sandy grave. In the 1930s, a French engineer named Émile Barrais spent over a decade meticulously removing the sand that had accumulated around the monument. Finally, in 1936, the full body of the Sphinx was revealed to the world. It was a moment of triumph for archaeologists, but as the sands were cleared, so too were new questions uncovered. Questions that would spark debates and fuel theories for decades to come. One of the most enigmatic clues lies in an inscription found between the Sphinx's paws. On a stone tablet, carved in ancient times, is a single cryptic line. "I have been here since the beginning of time." To most historians, this is nothing more than a symbolic reference to the monument's age. But others believe it is much more, a reference to the mythical age known as Zep Tepi, or the first time, when the gods are said to have walked the earth. Could it be that the Sphinx dates back to this primordial era? Was it built not by human hands, but by beings far older and far more powerful than we can comprehend? Let's not jump to conclusions yet, but we must explore every possibility. The mainstream theory is that Pharaoh Khafre commissioned the construction of the Sphinx during the Old Kingdom of Egypt, around 2500 BC. Yet, there is little concrete evidence to support this. The tablet between the Sphinx's paws mentions nothing about Khafre being the builder. In fact, it only names the pharaoh as someone responsible for maintaining the monument, not creating it. This has led many to question whether the Sphinx predates Khafre by thousands of years. One of the most compelling theories comes from Robert Bauval, an expert who has spent decades studying the Giza Plateau and its celestial alignments. Bauval's Orion correlation theory posits that the pyramids and the Sphinx were built to mirror the constellation Orion. According to Bauval, the alignment between these monuments and the stars would have been perfect around 10,450 BC. If this is true, it suggests that the Sphinx could be over 12,500 years old, making it one of the oldest man-made structures on Earth. But Bauval's theory is not the only one that challenges the traditional timeline. Geologist Robert Schoch has conducted extensive studies on the erosion patterns found on the Sphinx. Schoch's research suggests that the weathering on the monument was caused not by wind or sand, but by water, specifically centuries of rainfall. The last time Egypt experienced such significant rainfall was over 7,000 to 12,000 years ago. This would place the construction of the Sphinx far earlier than the reign of Khafre, perhaps during a time when an entirely different civilization ruled the land. Could the Sphinx be a relic from a lost civilization, one whose existence has been forgotten by history? The mysteries surrounding the Sphinx don't stop there. Some researchers have theorized that the monument's original form may not have been a human-headed lion at all. Instead, they suggest that the Sphinx was originally a lion, symbolizing the zodiac sign Leo, or even a dog, representing the Egyptian god Anubis. This would explain the Sphinx's unusual posture, which more closely resembles a dog than a lion. Could it be that the face of the Sphinx was altered later, perhaps by the Egyptians, to reflect their pharaohs? As if these theories weren't enough to stir the imagination, there is also the legend of the Hall of Records, a hidden chamber said to lie beneath the Sphinx. According to this legend, the Hall of Records contains documents and artifacts from a long-lost civilization, perhaps even the survivors of Atlantis. Edgar Cayce, a famed mystic, claimed that the Hall of Records held the key to understanding humanity's forgotten past. He described a room filled not with paper, but with walls and tablets inscribed with knowledge from a bygone era. In 1997, researchers Joe Jahoda and Dr. Joseph Shore conducted seismological studies around the Sphinx. To their astonishment, their instruments detected a void beneath the monument, an empty space that seemed to match Cayce's description of the Hall of Records. Yet, despite their discovery, the Egyptian authorities refused to grant permission for any excavation. Was this merely a precaution, or was there something more sinister at play? What could be hidden beneath the Sphinx that Egypt's leaders don't want the world to see? Even today, the Sphinx continues to defy explanation. Theories abound, from the plausible to the fantastic, yet none can fully explain the monument's true origins, purpose, or age. Could it be that the Sphinx is a remnant of a forgotten epoch, a time when gods or extraterrestrial beings walked the earth? Or is it simply the product of human ambition, built by the ancient Egyptians to honor their pharaohs? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: the Sphinx has not revealed all its secrets. It stands as a silent guardian, watching over the desert, daring us to unlock the mysteries that have remained hidden for thousands of years. As we continue to explore its depths, we can only hope that one day the sands will shift once more, and the Sphinx will finally share its ancient knowledge with the world. Until then, it remains one of history's greatest enigmas, one that keeps us guessing, searching, and wondering.